And we had more promotions than we've ever had in a single month before. And one of those promotions is someone from the Montreal area. And her name is schaap. And so when I knew that this event was happening in Montreal, and when the agenda was starting to be put together, I just couldn't not ask Kim if she was comfortable to come up here and speak to you. Now, she's new Black status, so I didn't want to like overwhelm her with 30 minutes on this topic and 30 minutes on that topic, and then you have to do a panel and a Q&A. Might have been a little bit much. But when I said, could you talk a little bit about your story, about your promotion to Black status? And the first thing she messaged me back was, I'm going to vomit. And then after that, she said, how many minutes? I said 30. She said 15 or 20. We agreed. And then she said, which was really interesting, well, I can do it, but my story is not really that interesting. There's something not that great about it. And immediately I thought, that is what makes your story so amazing. It's a story that we can all relate to, because most of us think our stories aren't that remarkable or aren't that extraordinary. So Kim also has more than one to take care of that's alive. So again, hats off to Kim, because there's 3 of them. And one is like young, so 2. That's always a tougher age, because they're not self-sufficient yet. So Kim is married, and she's transitioned to stay-at-home mom and a working mom. But the difference is, and we talked about this, is that she is a working mom. She just stays home to work. It doesn't mean she doesn't work. And so that's an adjustment in terms of being able to balance the needs of her 3 children and her adult child, also known as her husband. So, and many of us have those, of course, and so it's that other child. So I'd like to welcome Kim up, because I really am interested to hear what we're going to learn from Kim about her amazing journey to Black status.
Woo!
Oh, they're for sale after?
I'm not a heel girl, but I figured I have to get something for this event, so thank you for having me. When Deborah did ask me last week, those were my exact words. She asked me if I was going to speak, and I said, I didn't even say hello or hi. I just literally wrote, I'm going to vomit. And she said, so that means yes. And I said, okay, well, how long do I have to speak? And like she said, we agreed on a time. This is really special for me. This is my hometown. And I think probably half the room is my team. So I'm so this is really surreal. I just get Black status in November. And I don't feel any different. People ask me that all the time. I still feel like the same presenter I was. Probably like how all you guys feel when you first start, white, yellow, pink, it doesn't matter. So yeah, this is just a really surreal moment for me. These are the things Deborah asked me to send some pictures and what's important to me. I live a very simple life. I really didn't know what to tell her, other than I have a husband. We've been married for 10 years. We knew each other since childhood. I love my Y sisters. They've become some of my best friends, because before I started Younique, I didn't have a big, large social network. I did work in the corporate world before I joined Younique. And then when I stayed home with my kids, I've been a stay-at-home mom for 8 years. I lost a lot of those friends because I never went back to work. So I felt a little isolated before I joined Younique. And I've got 3 kids. I like to call them my 3 dragons. They're not dragons though, they're great kids, but that's just my nickname for them. They are 8, 6, and 2. And my dog. She's the 4th one. That's Molly. For those that know me, she's in a lot of selfies. And yeah, she's 4 and she's a Bernese. So these are just, that's it. That's my life. Very simple. And but when Deborah asked me to do this, I even said to my team that I was a little insecure about doing it because I feel like such a normal person. I don't feel like I have this crazy, amazing story. I am a stay-at-home mom. I worked, and then I quit my job and I stayed home for 8 years. And I found younique through a party. My sponsor at the time was quietly pursuing me to buy this mascara that I kept seeing, and I couldn't justify spending $35 on a mascara as a stay-at-home mom because we just didn't have that kind of money. But before I joined younique, I had been praying for an opportunity to come along where I could financially ease the burden slightly for my family without having to leave my kids in a daycare. Because for us, it was very important for my husband and I that we stay home and raise my kids. And these mascara photos started popping up. So I guess God had a plan for me. I would have never thought that my future would be held in magic tubes. So my sponsor, who's now my sponsor, became my sponsor, was posting these pictures all over Facebook, and I just got intrigued and asked her what it was about. And she wanted me to buy the mascara, and I kept saying no. And we talked about me joining, and I kept saying no because I couldn't justify to my husband. He's like, no, we don't have $119 for you to buy that kit, and what are you going to do, and when are you going to have time for that? I just had a baby, I had a newborn, I have a migraine condition that it's better now, but at the time I would get 25 headaches a month. So that's almost one headache a day. So I was in no position to be holding a job or working. But I decided to host a party because my sponsor asked me if I'd host a party for her. So I said sure. So on a whim, that very night, I did tell my husband, which normally I wouldn't do. I just said yes. I'm like, I'm going to join. So she said, okay, we'll make this your launch party. I had no clue what I was doing. I had no clue what I was going to do with this kit. I did dabble in direct sales a little bit when I was in my 20s. It's a little company with the initials MK. Some of you might know it. I didn't love it. I was working full-time. I put zero effort into it. I didn't want to go to meetings. I didn't want to do home parties. So that's why when I joined, my husband said to me, how are you going to do this? Because he works shift work. He's not home a lot. He's gone at nights. He works on weekends. So home parties for me was not an option. So he said, you did Mary Kay before. That didn't work. How are you going to do this? And I said, yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to figure it out. And worst case scenario, I've got a box of makeup and I can do it all on Facebook. And my motto was, I'm up nursing in the middle of the night anyway, so I might as well be on Facebook and just get paid for it. So I joined, I bought the kit, and I told my sponsor that I don't want a boss. I'm very busy, I have 3 children, and I basically was a hobbyist. I said, I'll be happy if I make $100 a month. So this is surreal because when I used to look at that, like the back office, the royalties chart, I remember thinking, how the heck do people get there? How do they get to black? How do they even get to blue? It just seemed like the challenge was impossible. Like, who could sell $80,000 in company sales per month? It just, when you're white or pink, that goal seems so far away. So I joined, and within the first week I sold $1,000, and I don't know how I did it. I just sold to my warm market, so my family and my friends, and I thought, that's it, I'm done. I'll never sell probably again beyond my friends or family. I live in a town of 2,200 people. It's very rural. For those that have come to visit me where I live, I always get asked why I live there. There is one gas station, and that is it. So I don't have a grocery store. It's 25 minutes to the closest town. So when people tell me that they don't know who they're going to sell to, I can't fathom that excuse because I live in a very small town. I didn't have a network as a stay-at-home mom, and I somehow, I don't know, when people ask me how I did this, sometimes I just think I winged it the whole way. It's one thing that Nicole had touched on, which is the truth. You just have to jump in. You just have to start. And I literally started without knowing what the heck I was doing, but I was determined that, well, I'm at least going to make my kit back. Then I joined during Mascara Gate, which for those of you that don't know, I joined in February of 2014, so we were very new to Canada. Most people did not know what younique was, so I also had that as an obstacle. People said, well, what is that? They don't want to buy something that they don't know, or from somebody that they don't know, or a company they don't know about. The mascara went on back order for 6 weeks, 6 or 8 weeks. It was a long time. So, and we didn't have all the products that we have now. I mean, we did have products, but not compared. The mascara was our bread and butter, and here I was trying to sell something that we didn't even have. But I did. I just ran with it, and I spun it very positive, and I just said, well, this is the hottest product. It's on back order. You want to pre-order it. I just spun it as a pre-order instead of a back order. And somehow I had waiting lists of 20 to 40 women that wanted this product. And I just started promoting, and I just started recruiting. And when I recruited, I never said join my team. I never physically went to anybody and said, I want you to join my team. I literally just started sharing what I loved about younique, and I love the mission, and the products were amazing. Of course, the kit came, and I was like, wow, not just the mascara is great, but I love the mineral eye pigments and the lip gloss, and all the products are amazing. And before I know it, I started with 5 girls, some of who are in this room with me, and they are now elites on my team. So we've really grown together in this journey, and we really had no idea what we were doing. And somehow we just got there, and now I have a team of 1,500 girls that have joined me over the year. And it just started rolling, and I started promoting. And for me, my journey moved quickly. I did promote quickly, and then it stopped at one point. And I stalled. I hit purple 8 months into being with younique, and then I didn't move from there, and I stayed at purple for an entire year. So for those of you that feel like you're not there, or you're never going to get there, you will get there. Everybody's journey is different, and if you put your mind to it, it doesn't take how long you get there. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there, you will get there. I had to, for me, when my business started to take off, is when I did videos. So I was a leader for a year, and I was leading a team of girls, and in 1 year, I had never made a video because I was insecure, and I'm like, I can't go on camera, and I can't make a video, and then I'm gonna critique myself, and people are gonna laugh, and I'm not a makeup artist. I'm completely self-taught. I haven't taken makeup courses. I would watch a lot of YouTube videos or look at things in a magazine, and I'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna try it. And so I made my first video, and I actually said in my video, wow, it's taken me a year to make my first video. And when I posted my first video, that is when I started having people follow me. And I had customers coming to me and saying, I love your videos because you're so normal. You're not editing them, you've got your kids in the background, you're telling them to be quiet, your cats are jumping down from behind you, like, yeah, I remember one day I was making a video and my cat was in the closet and I had no idea, and it scared the crap out of me, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to start this over, but then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna start my face all over again, I'm just gonna go with it, and people really loved that, and they said, I wanna buy from you because you're real and you're normal, and you don't have editing equipment and fancy lighting, and I don't have time for that. I've got 3 little kids that stay home with homework and a husband who's not there, and when baby's sleeping, I've got like 15 minutes to make a video. So that's it. I'm doing it, and who's ever jumping in the camera or whatever's falling, that's the way that it's gonna be. So I started posting videos, and I was recruiting, and when people asked me how I recruit, I never had an answer. But then I realized I was silently recruiting. I was silently pursuing people, because people are watching even when you don't think they are. And I had a few girls that I talked to the opportunity about a few times, and they always said no. But I got them eventually, like a year later. And one said, fine, I'll finally join your team. And she came to me, and this is how I recruited people. I guess it could be like what Amber was touching on, really the law of attraction. And I faced obstacles like everybody else. I was told that this is stupid, you're selling mascara, you'll have friends and family that won't support you, and you're gonna have people that are going to unfriend you, or say, like some lady here today said, that they're tired of seeing your face. Yeah, I've had a lot of presenters come to me and say, my family has said really mean things, or my friends, and I always tell them, you know, you're bigger than that. And I tell my girls, your goals have to be bigger than the criticism that you're going to receive. The belief in yourself has to be bigger than anything. Because if you listen to people's criticism and negativity, you're never going to promote. You're never going to go anywhere. Exactly. I don't have friends and family that buy from me. Okay, my mom, because she's my mom. I have family that don't even mention that I do younique. I have family that hasn't even said to me, wow, that's a really big honor that you've been asked to speak this weekend. Like, for them, maybe it's a joke, I'm not sure. But I've come to peace with that, and I've moved past that, because you know what? Those things push me even further to prove to them that I'm going to get there, and I'm going to prove to these people that somebody like me, completely normal, who stays home, if you work hard and you just believe it, then you can get there, no matter what. So when I hit black status, it was very rewarding for more than one reason. I mean, it was a belief in myself. Like I told my team when I made my thank you video to them when I hit black, I've never been at the top of anything in my life. I don't hold a university degree. I was never the big wig at work for a promotion. I didn't even know I could lead a team. I didn't know that I had confidence or that I would be able to do this. But for me, I think my success, definitely it doesn't come on its own. I love on my team. We all love on each other, and it's really about them and not about me. So when you take the focus off yourself and you help your team promote, that's when you're going to find yourself promoting, because nobody gets to the top alone. You can't get to pink by yourself, and you can't get to blue by yourself. You can't be selfish in this business. So for me and my team, I'm just as real with them as I am in my car videos. I make very good car videos. In fact, everybody joked today and said that I should just make a car video and give it to Deborah. And Deborah should just play my car video. Because that's when I just seem to do my best talking. But it really just goes back to, I've heard all the objections that you've heard. I've heard all the same negativity. I've been told it's a pyramid scheme, that nobody makes it to the top of these things. You can't make any real money in this. It's not sustainable. It can't last. And we all know that that's not true, right? So the thing I just want to leave you with is, at the beginning of the week, I was really concerned about how I was going to inspire you because I felt so ordinary. But then my team reminded me that's what they find inspiring, is that I'm really just like the rest of you. We all started with the same opportunity. I bought the same kit. Okay, obviously it takes work. I mean, you have to make goals and you have to work, and it depends on what you want. When I joined, I wanted to be a hobbyist. But my why changed because I fell in love with the products, I fell in love with the company, and over time, my goals changed. So now my goal is to retire my husband because I don't see him a lot. He's still, the financial provider, even though obviously my check helps. He's away from the kids a lot, and that's really my drive now, is to get him to the point where either he can cut back or he can stay home. And he's been on vacation this week, and I've loved it because I've sent him everywhere. You take the kids here, you go do this, and then even my mom pointed out last night, she's like, you really like having him home, eh? And I'm like, I do, because it gives me a glimpse of the future where I can spend more time on younique, and he can do all the little running around. So I really hope today that I've been able to inspire you to just truly believe in yourself. And I'm just a normal person who fell in love with the business, and my belief was bigger than any negativity that was going to come my way. So that's what you have to stick to. Every time someone's mean to you, every time somebody tells you that you can't do it, that has to be bigger inside of you than that no or that negativity that somebody's trying to put on you. So thank you for the opportunity. I love being able to speak to you, especially in Montreal. My team is here, and I really hope 2016 everybody can get to where they want to be. So thank you.
Ordinary looks like, sign me up. Because if you think about the word extraordinary, it's extraordinary. It's taking something simple and bringing it to a new level. And Kim just demonstrated in the best possible way how ordinary can be beyond inspiring. And I'm astounded to see a room filled with people on Kim's team, from someone who lives in a town that has a gas station and no grocery store. I mean, it's quite astounding to me that is the company that she built. And it goes to show you that you have to believe in yourself. Before anything else can happen, you have to believe it to your core. And belief alone won't do it, because you have to believe and you have to sort of step out of your comfort zone. But I think Kim's presentation just showed us that it's possible for anybody to do it. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. If you believe it, you'll do it. And I don't think there can really be anything more inspiring than that. So Kim, thank you so much. When Kim told me that she was going to vomit, one of the things that came to mind was, she doesn't do that when she speaks, is that there's a saying that says, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. And I remember when Kim sent me that message, and I said, well, in my mind, that's a big dream. Like, she's doing it, she's beyond scared about it. So think about what some of your goals are. They should make you shake a little bit in your flats, your heels, your boots, whatever you happen to have to wear or you choose to wear. But you should feel nervous about them, because they should be so big that they're pushing you to a place you haven't gone before. Because if you live in your comfort zone all the time, you'll be comfortable. You'll be nothing more than comfortable. It's like living in gray walls or beige walls. There's nothing extraordinary about it. Step out of your comfort zone, because that's where color is, and where color is where the magic happens. So we're going to take a break. like 15 or so minutes, so feel free to get up, walk around, grab coffee, use the ladies' room, and then we'll be back here.